Morning, everyone. It's Monday, the 20th of January 2020. I have to stop thinking about 19. Ah, bloody hell. Yeah, this morning everything's frozen. It's a mere minus 15 degrees Celsius, which is for most people very cold. For me, it's borderline. I have a high tolerance to cold. When I'm dressed accordingly compared to other people, I know some people that they go outside in this weather with practically nothing. Running shoes, a small jacket, no toque, no scarf, just the bare minimum. That's not gonna help. My windshield is frozen inside and out, so I can barely see. I'm gonna consider myself lucky that so far so good I didn't catch a cold, because everybody goes like everywhere instead of putting their arms like this or their hands in front of their mouths. You know, usually people are dumb. They don't grasp the concept that nobody else wants their cold. Especially at Walmart. Fuck. I like to shop at Walmart when there's nobody there. Like a Tuesday night or a Wednesday night after work. Nobody's there. You have all the peace in the world to do your things. Nobody's in your way. Same thing with Costco. I went to Costco yesterday. It was full of people, but it didn't took me very long to go in and out, to go to the cashier. The thing is, I find dumb from Costco is that they have this one single size trolley where you put your stuff inside. It's like sometimes we don't always go there to buy a million things. Sometimes we go there to buy one thing and it's heavy, and we don't need a huge ass trolley. They should have like two size trolley at least. One for the people who knows what they're going to get, they're just going in and out, and one for the people that just going to look around, open their mouth, and wander around, wasting other people's time. And this weather, the tires are frozen solid as well. There should be like a badge system that you wear on your arms, like three or four different colors. You know, red one means you know what you're doing, you're in a rush and you're working. That means get out of my way. It's like, it's not that I'm important or anything. It's just, I know where I'm going. I know what I need, and I'm working. Then you have the blue, which is you're not working. You have all the time in the world, and you don't know what you're doing. So get out of the way. Then you have yellow, which are like family moms. They know what they're going to do, but they're not in a rush. And then you would have gray, the retired. Those, the retired. They should just get out of the way. You have nothing else to do. Get out of my way. I'm working. It's not that I'm important or anything. It's just I'm working. My time is valuable. Somebody's paying me per hours to do something, and not you. So get out of my way and let me do my work. I have to be somewhere. It's not that it's a rush, but I'm working. You know? I think truck driver understand that one. You're on the highway and you're driving, and it's like that's the same thing. Like the highway system, there should be 3 lanes. There should be a lane just for the truck driver, so that when you're in that lane, every truck driver should follow 110 kilometers per hour. That's it. That's all. You're in that lane. You put yourself in that cruise control. You join everybody else. You follow yourself. You follow everybody else. Then nobody would get in your way. There would be no accident. You're in that lane. That's your lane. That's it. That's all. It's not a car lane. It's not a bus lane. It's a truck driver. And there are so many truck drivers on the road. Trust me, this lane would not get any break. It would always be used. And it's the same thing when you get in an industrial boulevard. I don't know how it is in the United States, but here you have an industrial sector alongside the highway, and then you have to do all this stupid detour to go to that sector with your van. And sometimes you have to go through a residential neighborhood to reach that little section. Who designed these places? Seriously. Should they just put an entry and exit along the highway? It would be easier for the truck driver. I get in, I get out. I don't have to risk anybody's ass or anything. Wouldn't that be a brilliant idea? I drive a delivery van for a living. I'm not doing delivery, I'm a technician, but I drive a white van, which is a delivery van. And when I'm on the highway, I tend to be most of the time on the fast lane because I have to be somewhere fast. When I call a customer, I say I'm going to be there in a certain amount of times. I'm not going to risk people's life, risk my stress, but I have to be there in X amount of time. Oh shit. Already? And again, the biggest problem of people driving on the road in Quebec, and I don't know if it's just in Quebec, the merging factor. When you need to merge on the highway, people are still having that problem. It is so complicated to understand. You look at someone, go behind them. Somebody's coming, let them in. It's not the end of the world to let somebody in. And try to wake up early so you're not in a rush in the morning. That's not hard to do. I wake up at 5 a.m. to make sure I'm at work on time. And even there sometimes that doesn't work. But you don't see me rushing to work, risking everybody else's life because I'm late. I have a sticker in the back that says, your lack of planning is not my emergency. Remember that one. Your lack of planning is not my emergency. That applies to prepping as to everyday life situation. It's not because you're unorganized that I have to organize your life or help you in any fashion. I'm not responsible for your existence. Right now it's almost 7:30. At the moment I'm going to be officially late for work. Who cares? I can be there whenever the fuck I want. Nobody else is going to do my job. It's the same thing at the whole company, except I wasn't paid. Over there at the old company, if I don't punch on the electronic punch, I'm not getting paid. Over there where I am, I write my hours. That gives me a certain level of freedom. Because I can reach work at 7:40 and I can still write 7:30. That's just mean that later on, at the end of the day or during the week, I'll subtract 10 minutes. This weekend it snowed about 6 inches of snow. So there's a pile of snow everywhere on the road. Huge bank of snow and everything like this. Just to annoy the crap out of you when you're driving. And Montreal is going to be like the worst of the worst. Unfortunately, on the plus side is that when I'm working, the toolbox I carry is a rolling toolbox, and it's watertight. So it doesn't matter how much I drag it in the snow, how much it runs in the water, nothing's gonna happen to it because the hardware on the box is stainless steel and aluminum, so it's not gonna rust. And very well nickel plated. I said last time I have to buy a wiper for my rear wiper blade, which is like the entire arm of the entire head of the wiper unit. And I pass in front of the Mazda place all the time, and I forget each time. It's not a part that's expensive, it's like $20. It's just I forget every time. This weekend I was supposed to work on a project box that I'm making for a customer. I started painting it, and in the basement it's quite humid right now. It's hot and humid. So it was still tacky yesterday night when I wanted to start working. So I brought it inside and put it in front of my fan. And I also brought a piece of plastic, plexiglass, that I'm going to use to make for the cover, so you can see inside. And when I'm at work today, I'm going to cut the piece I need, and I'm going to look if I can find some coat hanger. Because I don't have any more steel coat hanger at work. I have to find them at work if I don't forget. And the worst of all is like I'm gonna have like a foot of snow on my truck. I have to clean my truck for like 25 minutes. One thing I find unfortunate about the design of that van is that they put these huge ass window in the back of the truck, but they didn't put any wiper on it, nor a defroster line. So when you're driving, everything goes in the back glass and you don't see anything anymore. What I think in their mind is that not everybody would want to have glasses all around their truck. The box van, the principle of being a box van is like it's a box, so you don't see inside. Most of them that I see on the road these days they don't have any glass on the back of the door. But for me, I like to have my 3 points of view when I'm driving. My 2 side mirrors and my mirror. I like to see in the back. And then when I look in the back, there's this big line in the middle of the mirrors, which is the separation of the door. I'm sure they could have come up with something better. To bed was 7:30 yesterday. 7:30 p.m. I slept till 5 a.m. That's close to 10 hours sleep. I can say I got plenty of sleep. I'm still looking for other opportunities. But I'm keeping my finger crossed on one of the guys that promised me that he would invest in the project, and we would make the time portal. He was more up to make a time portal because in his view it was something more feasible, and it would be obviously way more easier because creating something on a bigger scale would probably yield better results. The question is, God knows where we would end it. When they did the Montauk experiment, the Montauk project, they end up making time travel, but also dimensional travel. And no information was ever revealed about dimensional travel. They never talked about it. I asked Bilek, I asked Preston Nichols. They didn't want to talk about it. So I never pushed my luck about that. At least the sun's rising. Again, I'm gonna bring my floor mats inside for them to dry today. The shop is so dry, it doesn't take long to dry. At my other place where I used to work at the truck seat company, each time I was bringing my mat inside, he said like, "Oh, you're gonna make an habit of this?" What does it matter if I bring my car mats inside to dry? What does it matter? It's like, you think everybody's gonna steal something? Nobody come and steal anything. Everybody was honest over there. Where I am now, it's like they're so busy with work, they don't care. This week, my best gal is on vacation. Some well-deserved vacation. And she say she's not taking any email during her vacation because she left the computer at home. At work, I mean. She literally left the computer on her work desk. She says, "Do not bother me. I'm going on vacation. I'm not going to be able to be reached." Good for her. She deserves a break sometime. Last week was my boss vacation, and this week is her vacation. For me, I wrote an email to them that I would try to keep it to 40 hours a week, and then I would try to manage my work to have half a day. That means that day I would do delivery because I want to rest. I need a rest. So either I would come in late, or not coming in all, depending on how many hours I did. But for sure, I don't want to do like 50 hours a week anymore. I made that clear. Smell like stupid exhaust and this fucking smells. That's the problem when you get too close to another car. Your breathing is exhaust. I still have on my worksheet, I still have work from last week for the other company. And it's downtown work. If one or two downtown and a few here and there, which mean I have to run through Montreal, which is like a fucking nightmare each time because I have to park somewhere. I have to park here, I have to park there. It's just fucking annoying. When I go to other places, I know, when I go to Quebec City, I know where every parking is. So for me, usually it's not a struggle. It's not an annoyance because I never got a ticket in Quebec City. There's free parking everywhere. Here in Montreal, there's like parking with a permit when you're in a residential area, and then there's like a park meter, and then like you have paid parking. What I do usually is I put a sheet on my dash that tells people where I went, who I'm working for, and usually that's supposed to exempt me from paying for any parking, or to have to obey the parking rules. One day I'm going to take the time to review every sheet that I handwrite and make a copy logo. Like go on the website, copy the logo, print it on a piece of paper, and says like I'm doing work for that company, for that minister, for that government service, etc., etc. As expected, 10 minutes late. slippery everywhere. Oh, my coworker already left. I wonder if the boss is gonna, the owner of the company is gonna be there this week. They clean the street, they clean the parking, except my space. Oh, not bad. There's only 1 inch of snow on my ride. Alright everybody, I will catch you later, and I wish your day's gonna be good. I hope mine's gonna be good. Take care everyone.